Yes, hi, my name is Ashley Love, and I'm an activist, and I'm not sure if I'm the only trans activist here, but I wanted to leave Miss Major. Does anyone know who Miss Major is? She was in Stonewall Inn. Thank you. They left her name out, but Miss Major was actually inside the inn when it happened. I know a lot of people refer to themselves as Stonewall veterans, and they came a day or two after, but we can't forget the people that were actually inside the inn, which included a lot of transsexual and transgender women and a lot of people of color. And so I'd like Miss Major, I was just on the phone with her, she asked me to give a statement. She's also the executive director of the TGI Justice Project, and she's a big icon in the community. I'm surprised a lot of my LGB associates don't know who she is. But her statement is, we recently started an educational campaign called SAID, which is an acronym for Stonewalling Accurate and Inclusive Depictions, and it was created to basically challenge a lot of the whitewashing and trans erasure we see in the modern day depictions of the Stonewall's legacy. So her statement is, we started SAID's campaign to honor all of those at the Stonewall Inn the night the riots erupted, and though you wouldn't know it by watching the inaccurate Stonewall Uprising film or a string of other misdepictions that most definitely and primarily included trans women and people of color. The whitewashing of this history is an abuse of power we will no longer tolerate. The Plaque should not use gay as an umbrella term, as it marginalizes and erases many trans people. I agree with you there. Many trans people there. She said that she's not gay. Many transsexual and transgender people are also not gay. History revisionism and trans erasure have no place in this memorial. Let's truly honor all the people who stood up for their human rights and yours by writing language on the plaques that's honest. And then another quote from someone else was, it's well documented that Sylvia Rivera, a Puerto Rican woman of trans experience, threw the first heel.
That's not true.
Let me finish, sir, be a gentleman. That started the riot. With Marsha P. Johnson, Miss Major, and many other trans people and people of color also kicking things off. Then, after the affluent white gay male political establishment was done using Rivera to fundraise, she was quickly discarded. I'm sure the fact that she rightfully called out classism and transphobia also led to her being blacklisted. If this commemoration is to have any integrity, then the pattern of certain privileged communities within the LGBTQIQ coalition making Stonewall's legacy all about them must be challenged. It's not just about gay people, as the proposed text repeatedly misrepresents. It's also about transsexual and transgender people. Let's pay a genuine homage to the people who sacrificed so much for all of us use more affirming text on the plaque. And I just wanted to close and say that a lot of people in this room, a lot of times when decisions are made on LGBT issues, the only people making those decisions are gay men, and furthermore, not men of color at that. It's really important, if we're going to use the acronym LGBT, that trans people and women and people of color and nowadays even intersex people, that everyone gets to come together and have a seat at the table. That is what democracy is about. I mean, a lot of people in this room, we call ourselves Democrats, but where's the democracy? So I think that if this plaque disrespects trans people by using the word gay as an umbrella term, gay is not an umbrella term. Sexual orientation is not the same thing as a transgender gender identity or a transsexual medical condition. You know, it's basically like referring to all people of color as black. You know, and they used to back in the day. If you were Asian or Latino, you were stamped black. Nowadays, we have black, Asian, and Latino, and the umbrella term is people of color. So I would like the gay community, the gay male community, primarily to remember that not everyone is gay. LGBT was made for a reason. It was to give voice to the less privileged communities in the coalition, because to be honest, it's a coalition of different communities. It's not necessarily one solitary community. You know, Sylvia Rivera and all those trans women of color. It's just really important because no one even contacted Miss Major. They didn't. I called a bunch of trans different organizations in this city, around the country. No one was even invited to the table. I'm tired of the classism of white gay men thinking they get to make decisions for everyone in the LGBT coalition. Is wrong. You know, it's hypocritical. You know, so my suggestion is that we use inclusive terminology on the text, like LGBT, and not just keep on using the word gay. And furthermore, about what you guys said with Obama, it's not Obama's fault that when he said his speech that he said my gay brothers and sisters, because all his advisors, his LGBT advisors that write these speeches for him, they are gay white men. They tell him it's okay to exclude us. So it's not his fault. We need to hold our gay male allies to be allies. We need to hold them accountable, and we need to stop all the anger and transphobia. We really do. Jim, everyone, we need to stop the transphobia. So, any questions? I'd like to answer any questions.
I'm sorry. This is
I'm being censored. I'm used to that. Okay. Used to being censored.
Has anyone not spoken to you?
You don't know your history.
Neither do you.
And is it clear to everyone that the text
Sylvia was my friend.
Well, then act like it.
is